Hello, my name is Mike Bartholomew, and this is a discussion on professional dispositions of learners. So the first question posed is, what is the special education teacher's role in supporting learning, improving, planning, practice, and upholding professional expectations and ethics, and collaboratively advancing the profession? So to start, a special education teacher holds many responsibilities when it comes to upholding professional dispositions. In regard to supporting learning in the classroom, high expectations must be made clear and evident to all students. In order to demonstrate this disposition, a teacher needs to first identify the abilities and struggles that a student possesses through assessments. Once individual academic, social, or behavioral ability is assessed, the educator must then use this knowledge to create individualized instruction for every student, as well as create achievable goals that are specifically tailored at their own personal level. These goals are proactively communicated to the student and are created with the student involved in the process, and are revisited and reassessed, and must essentially evolve as the student progresses throughout any given school year. In regard to improving, planning, and practicing as a special education teacher, while also collaboratively advancing the profession, one must be able to reflect on their experience as well as show genuine curiosity and dedication to the craft. An effective teacher will continue to reflect on the way they have approached situations in the field, will both internally and externally through collaboration with other teachers, administrators, etc. They'll look for guidance in order to improve, right? This can be done simply by asking questions, observing how others do certain things, engaging in professional development courses, or looking to outside literary resources. This is paired with having a curious mindset, wherein one practices thinking both creatively and critically in order to problem solve, such as asking higher order questions and encouraging both staff and students to collaborate for the good of the whole. Now, this is not an easy task and is only upheld through strong and determined dedication by actively participating as a learner within the field with one's students and colleagues, and through exemplifying a positive and engaging attitude. An educator is able to continue to grow and excel in their abilities, and serves to foster the same type of attitude toward one's students. Understanding professional conduct, having respect for the diversity of others, as well as exemplifying honesty, compassion, fairness, and advocacy for positive change in society are all ways that special education teachers can uphold professional expectations and ethics, both in and outside of the classroom. Most of these dispositions are quite self-explanatory, but if they are not rooted at the core of a teacher's character, then an educator is ultimately not able to model the same character for their students. Dressing appropriately, exhibiting timeliness, speaking respectfully toward others, showing compassionate and fair understanding of other situations, as well as involving oneself in extracurricular activities outside of the classroom that serve to benefit the overall well-being and growth of education as a whole, are just a few examples of how to display this expectation with students, parents, educators, and other staff. The second question posed is, what dispositions that you currently possess will help you become a successful teacher? What dispositions do you need to work on before you enter the classroom as a first-year teacher? So all of these professional dispositions of learners are crucial to possess if one wishes to become a successful educator. A few dispositions that I'm trying my best to efficiently implement in my own line of work include high expectations, reflection, honesty, compassion, and fairness. I was very fortunate to have so many great colleagues in my circle that taught me the values of these dispositions in my first year of teaching, and have consequently been mainstays for me throughout my professional career to date. Areas that I wish to become better versed in throughout my experience teaching include upholding professional conduct in and outside of the classroom, as well as maintaining a reflective and curious mindset in all areas. If I'm able to do these things in a more efficient way, I believe that no matter where my next venture takes me, I will be adequately equipped for the challenges that might present themselves for years to come. And the third question is, what effect could personal biases have on expectations that teachers have for their students? How could these biases affect their relationships with students and their families? Personal biases are difficult to avoid. As an educator is at one's core a human being with predispositions toward one's own beliefs and life experiences. Biases toward different cultures or persons in general need to be actively avoided in order to make both students and all other parties involved feel included in the education system. A student might feel left out if an educator pushes for their own personal biases on certain topics, whether that may be with favoritism toward one group of students as opposed to the next due to maybe some sort of common interests, such as with sports, for example. And as a result, might not receive the same equal treatment. This bleeds then into relationships with a student's family and people they are involved with, and ultimately serve as a disservice to everyone involved. In order for the system to work properly, an educator must understand that their own personal bias should not make their way into the classroom to the best of one's ability. Thank you kindly for your time.